And it may sound very good politically to excite the masses and feel that there's something happening here and there, but that is not the kind of byproduct that Kalonzo Musyoka would be hoping for, that his statements could be causing voter apathy or leaving young Kenyans feeling disillusioned.
Well, listening to the clip, because I was not in that function, it's very clear that he has a source that he quoted. And quoting that particular source, and being a lawyer, a senior counsel to boot, means that he knew exactly what he was talking about. But when you overstretch our imagination and think of what the president said about 3 months ago or so, he clearly lied to the public by saying the people of Northeastern or those with who border Somalia have been going through a vetting process. That was a lie. Why is it a lie? A county that I come from called Trans Nzoia, which borders Uganda, you have to go through vetting before you get your identification card, just because we don't want to register people who are not Kenyans. And if they have to be Kenyans, they must go through the due process of naturalization or any other process provided by the law. This therefore means that we are talking about things that we know, because the president knew he was lying, but he went ahead to lie, and that creates a bit of suspicion. Secondly, the governor of Tana River has been making the same expressing the same concerns about people who are not necessarily people of Tana River or people of Kenya that are being brought to register as voters, to register as citizens, and with a view to making them voters. So these are not just mere allegations that we are making. We are making statements that we are causing concern, but we are not quiet on the issue of mobilizing our supporters. We don't have to mobilize by going on the rooftop of a car. We mobilize by using our agents on the ground to make sure that they register as voters, so that the decision they make is based on their strength as voters, and the decision is not necessarily to remove the current president. But as I've said before, the current president will be voted in or voted out on the basis of the promises he made to Kenyans.
Right. Yet,
and the lies he has been spewing all the time.
Yes. You must agree that there's definitely a problem of voter apathy in Kenya. That out of a possible 22 million voters registered, last time only 14,000 turned out to cast their ballot.
14 million.
14 million.
Yeah.
A whole 8 million did not bother. Even if we increase this 6.3, even if they were to register 100%, there's no guarantee that they'll turn out to cast their ballots. And it's statements like this, allegations like this, and the perception that your ballot or your vote may not count in the end, that may cause this apathy. Do you think that such statements could be deemed as a bit reckless?
Well, I don't want to call it reckless, but when you express concern, it is not just a point of you saying all the time things that you feel that will be fit for your own supporters. But also I want to tell Kenyans, whether the young people register or not, the GNC's 2024 mobilized Kenyans and told us the things that ought to be done, that they are not being done. There are enough voters out of the 8 million that did not vote in the last election that are now determined. You know, we also have GNCs in our homes, whether they are our grandchildren, our children, and so forth. This time they are saying they have to make sure their vote counts. So this illusion that the opposition is only talking, and you know, and Famba, I'm not an English teacher, but when you say the so-called opposition, it is not only demeaning, but is misuse of the English language. It is always good to refer to people with a lot of respect, decorum, and a bit of hygiene. Because at the end of the day, we are occupying this space called Kenya, and each Kenyan has the right to express their opinion, whether they support the government of the day or whether they support the alternative government.
All right.
But finally, for this particular purpose, we are not looking for an individual. We are actually forming a team of individuals who respect each other, so that whoever is picked as the presidential candidate, should he win, will know that he's just first among equals.
Okay. And thank you for that clarification, Brother Kirwa. Even as we continue with this conversation, there's a lot happening in the continent, and the Gen Zs have been very consequential. And the latest is in